Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Crypto Express, where it's my goal and purpose to help you stay in the know-how of what's going on in the crypto market, what tokens are pumping, why you should care about them, and really try to bring it to you as soon as possible. And hopefully explain it all in a way that you completely understand. And if you don't, please ask a question in the comments and I'm more than happy to further explain for you. Okay, so if that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So let's get started. So first, let me share my screen with you. And we are going to start off actually with an update on Dymension, as you saw in the thumbnail. And if you've seen in my previous video, Dymension was all the hype. They've done amazing this last week, so congratulations if you got in. And as you can see on the screen, on the chart, this is the 24-hour chart. They're doing good. Last 7 hours, doing very good. In general, yeah, I mean, they've done quite solid. And one of the main reasons for this, as you can see from this tweet, there have now been effectively, pretty much in the last week, 14,493 roll-ups on Dymension. Impressive, absolutely impressive. And I wanted to play this next video for you. It's actually from Kyle Chasse, founder and CEO of Master Ventures, Paid Network, Ignition, which is going to be one of the hottest launch pads this next bull run that's already started. And he explains it very, very well. He has his own YouTube channel. Here, let me go ahead and play it for you.
Now, Dymension, if you guys remember, we talked about it quite a bit, is this Celestia-based modular narrative roll app thing, where basically, it just, people can create their own layer ones very, very quickly on a modular stack, right? So it's like using Celestia for data availability and just all this, just be able to roll out your own layer one as quickly as deploying a smart contract. Great narrative. And what some people are expecting is the same reason that Celestia continued to pump a 10x after it launched was because people bought the token and they staked it for airdrops. Now in Dymension, there's going to be airdrops. We know that AVO, which is going to be the new data availability one that comes out, and Wormhole are both going to be doing airdrops on Dymension, right? Using Dymension. So it could be the same narrative. We could see, but we will talk about that more tomorrow and probably Wednesday. We'll assess it. But I want to bring it to your attention right now, as it could pull a Celestia as far as that same kind of narrative where people buy it, stake it, and anticipating airdrops, because that is narrative, right? And Dymension is no joke. We've talked about it before, backed by all the best players in the space. So a great project overall, and launching with it'll launch, if this is correct, if it's around a 4 billion, the initial circulating market cap will be around $500 million, right? So not cheap, but it could do a 2-3x from there easily, right? And again, in this I said it already. Let's focus on what we can do right now for 2 or 3x's. I mean,
see, amazing. This is why you should go follow him. I will link his channel below. It's Kyle Chasse, Chasse. And yeah, Dymension is going places. And like he mentioned, now there's going to be all these airdrops for those that hold Dymension and go stake it. It's just what happens. And that's what my hope in this channel is to explain to you like the tendencies that happen in the crypto market. Next, let's go take a look at Pandora. So Pandora, if you saw yesterday's video, which I will also link below, right now what has taken the crypto market by storm is this new hybrid token called RC, like Ethereum's token standard, 404. So it's a combination of a standard token, which you're familiar with, and an NFT, a non-fungible token. ERC721 is the name for it. They pretty much like married, right? And now there's this beautiful relationship between the two. It's this grand experiment, which I will also play another very good video clip for you from the next, pretty much the biggest mover in the crypto space, influencer, communicator, educator, Brand Nooner. He does a really good job at explaining it. I will also share some more information with you, but check out their chart. Okay, so what I'm getting at is with this new token standard, now there's all of these new 404, this type of tokens, appearance into the market. introduction into the market. And Pandora, which I'm showing on the screen here, was the first C404 token. And they're doing quite well, as you can see. Like, look at that chart. This is on the three month, 1 month. I mean, it's just doing good in general, doing very, very good. And this tweet I found interesting. I wanted to share with you, but it's basically explaining another airdrop. As you saw in Kyle's video, this is the season of airdrops. In crypto, you say there's narratives, right? It doesn't mean story, although it kind of means story. It just means like where and what story is the money following right now? And right now it's airdrops, as we will see later in a video from Ranuner. And this tweet basically says, as you can read, you know, it says one of the most exciting airdrops announced thus far for Pandora holders. C404 enables a plethora of exciting concepts and mechanics for gamification and interactivity. Pay attention to the teams that are willing to get creative and make the most out of them. And this is another one, Monarch. It's like, this is airdrop season. So your biggest goal and mission should be to follow me, like and subscribe, and I will bring you all the hottest airdrops. And they're really not that hard. Like, you just have to go, you know, click on Monarch, right? Go find the team. Then you go to the website, you know, and then once you get to the website, there's going to be information here about it. I wanted to get into a little bit more detail and explain a little bit more about 404, like this new token type, 404. And this is from Binance Research, and they're pretty much just explaining it all the more. My throat just got a little raspy. So, you know, what is it and how does it work? And this is basically the explanation for it. So I'll drop this tweet in the description. It's really, really clear. It's just like point 1, point 2, point 3 on how it works. It goes into like the liquidity of it, everything. But that said, I will actually play this video clip for you. This is Meet Ranuner. He needs no introduction. He's pretty much, as I was saying, one of the biggest crypto educators, I would call him, in the crypto space. And he breaks it down quite nicely. So let's take a listen.
New kind of technology was created on the ETH network recently. The narrative's been pumping for the last week. What is this ETH narrative? You need to start understanding it. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll dumb it down for you because I'm dumb and I understand it, so you'll be able to understand it. What it is it's called ERC404. And someone says, the ERC404 may single-handedly make Ethereum relevant again. So it's almost like the first day when we launched NFTs on Ethereum, we actually created a new use case for something on Ethereum, which we'd never created before. And that is exactly what this new ERC404 actually created, right? So what is it? I'm gonna read you a very, very, very simple explanation of what it is. This is the simplest explanation that I could find. It's a very cool story. So remember that what is an NFT? An NFT is a non-fungible token, which means that there's like one token. The token has let's say, for example, a picture of a punk on it. And that NFT is different from every other NFT. So if I have a punk and you have a punk, those are two different tokens. One is fungible. One token is fungible, one is not fungible. An NFT is a non-fungible token. In other words, my punk is different from your punk. The problem with that is that if you want to buy a punk or you want to trade a punk, the problem is that you can't, because you can't split it in half. And if you can't afford to buy a crypto punk, then that means you're pretty much screwed, right? So again, crypto punks cost a lot of money. Maybe I don't know what the floor is. What's the floor price for crypto punks today? Let's say it's 100 ETH, okay? Just for numbers' sake. Problem is that if you want to own a crypto punk or a share in a crypto punk, there's no real way for you to own a crypto punk or a share in a crypto punk until today. Because what they've done is they've launched this new token standard called ERC404. Okay, now here, the core idea is that it allows people to buy and sell NFTs as well as parts of NFTs where the parts are represented as tokens. So what does it do? When you create an NFT or when you sell an NFT, you link it to a normal tokens, like a normal ETH token. So it's like you send the NFT token plus you send the other token. Now, the other token can be sold in pieces. So you can buy half, you can't buy half of an NFT, but you can buy half of the other token. So if I send you an NFT, and together with the NFT, I send you the other normal token, the normal ETH token. The one you can subdivide, but the other one you can't. You can't subdivide an NFT, but you can subdivide the other one, right? So imagine I sent you an NFT and this divisible token, and then you decided to sell half of the divisible token. The minute you did that, it would destroy the NFT in your wallet, and I would own half of the new token, and I could then sell the other half.
Yep.
The two halves together apart are useless.
Yep.
But the minute that you put them together, they reconstruct an NFT. So you see what they've done?
I know.
They've created the ability to subdivide NFTs by sending them. When you create an NFT, you create it with a new token, a normal token. The NFT obviously can't be split. You can't split an ape in half.
Yep.
But if you split the new token in half, or in quarters, or in tenths, all of a sudden, NFT disappears, self-destructs, for lack of a better word. And it's only put together when 2 of us come together or 10 of us come together, we put together a similar NFT. So you found a way to split NFTs through this new standard, which is called ERC 404, 440, well, ERC 404. Now, the first collection of this is called Pandora. Pandora is this collection, the first Pandora collection, a newly launched token standard combines ERC20s and ERC 720s, basically tokens and NFTs into one implementations. It creates NFTs that can have native fractionalizations and could potentially change the game for how NFTs are collected and designed and traded. Basically, what we've done now is we've created a completely new industry, and this industry can be a big narrative.
So I will pause there. I will link his video below, and it's just awesome. Actually, if you go check out this video that I'm linking and you go up a few timestamps, he talks about what's going on at the macro global level in the world, like the China market deflating and just like the implication of everything. It's really good. Anyway, that said, I would encourage you to go buy some. It's not financial advice, right? But what I will be doing, because I didn't get into Pandora like at a low valuation, and actually we're looking at one now. Like we're at a nice little low now. Can you see that? Like I will personally be buying some. It's a good time because it's going to do good. It's the first one, it has that first mover's advantage. It's going to do good, but not financial advice. So that is what I will be doing. I'll be doing the same for Dymension as well. We're kind of recovering from a little dip here. But anyway, that's that. And as the thumbnail suggests, I want to cover a different token called AVO. I've mentioned them briefly in a previous video, but it's basically a DEX. It's basically a DEX where it's really quite revolutionary. So here you can see it on screen, it's like AVO is a derivative cryptocurrency exchange established like 2 years ago. There are 59 trading pairs available on the exchange, and then it gives you the volume. It's doing pretty well. But it's really quite interesting if we go check them out, because it really brings together like options trading, which is like, actually, I don't want to give you like the wrong definitions, but it's basically like an insurance policy. It's like investing and earning off of like betting that a token price is going to go down. That's pretty much what it is. Perpetuals, which I don't understand very well myself, so I won't go into it. But yeah, it basically is a place where people are already trading their airdrops. So as I mentioned, it's like airdrop season right now. And even though some of these airdrops are just speculative, you can come to AVO and you can pretty much start trading the potential value, and even the tokens that have not come to market yet, that have not been airdropped, at a loss, some percentage of a loss, but you can at least do it, which is great depending on your financial situation. So anyway, I will link them below as well. And I just wanted to share them with you because they're all the hype as well. And yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you today. And then just a quick word on Bitcoin, since all altcoins follow all these tokens that we're talking about, the degen ones, the layer ones, like the infrastructure ones, they all follow Bitcoin. So that said, I wanted to share this article with you that pretty much speculates, and it paints a picture of what's going on. And some are speculating that Bitcoin could hit 48,000 in the next days, pretty much because of Chinese New Year coming up. And I guess historically, it says every time, in the last 9 years, Bitcoin has rallied on average 11% around Chinese New Year. And it's just cycles. Markets are cycles. And that said, there's all of this theory, speculation, and calculation around how Bitcoin could very well hit 48,000. That said, it's making, so even just the speculation can make prices go up, right? That's what happens. And considering on a larger scale, considering that the Chinese market, the stock market, which is not always correlated with the actual market, right? But it is a good indicator, is pretty much struggling, and here, as you see highlighted, it says like the biggest reason China's stock markets, like it's a question, right? So like the biggest reason China's stock markets have taken a nosedive or have gone down is basically, due to the prolonged zero COVID policy ending. And it just says, the Chinese economy so far has been sluggish or slow and very much so disappointing. And I guess if you continue reading this article, which I will link below, the president is really looking into doing something about it. Some are even speculating he may start like printing the Chinese yuan. And furthermore, it's sad. I mean, I think it's sad, but it's their regulation. As you see here, it says like how long, can you see it? It says like how long-term compatible private sector growth and entrepreneurship is with the Chinese political regime. So how long is it compatible? Because China is a business technological like giant, they supply the world with like everything. And markets are connected though. So when one market suffers, the other one suffers because they sell a lot of their product and their products to US markets. And their prices are plummeting right now. So some are saying it's going to have an implication on the US market as well. And this fact of like the Chinese market suffering combined with Chinese New Year, as we saw in this article, around the corner, it really sounds like it could be a recipe for Bitcoin rallying all the more because businesses, investors are not feeling confident in the Chinese yuan. So they're going to want to move their money into a crypto digital asset or digital gold, as I've covered in my previous videos, that defines Bitcoin. It's digital gold. So they're going to have all the more reason to move their money into Bitcoin. And as it is, according to these statistics, every year around Chinese New Year, Bitcoin goes up in price. So all of these factors combined, it really paints a picture. Let me bounce out of here. All of these facts combined really paint a picture of what's going on in the macro markets, which is, inflation, it's, monetary uncertainty. And so all businesses, investors, everyone are moving their money into crypto and Bitcoin. And some speculate, as I covered in one of my first videos, that, China is also going to have its own Bitcoin ETF soon. And it seems to be like there's a real transition in the world at large moving into crypto because it's cryptographically secure and safe. And that said, it's making altcoins pump. And right now the narrative or where the money's going in crypto is airdrops. Okay, it's airdrop season. You should know this. And if you go follow Dymension, Pandora, and Aevo, all linked below, and you have to go do your homework in crypto. That's one of the biggest things they say is like, do your own research. You have to go do your own research, find out what's going on, join the communities, join the Twitter, go read about what's going on, and follow this channel and follow the channels that I tell you to follow, like Kyle Chessie's channel, like Crypto Banter's channel, which I'll also link below. That is where you get your top news. That's where I get a lot of my news. And then I try to explain it to you in a better, easy to understand way. Not that they don't do a good job. But that said, I hope you are now more up to date on what's going on and you feel more validated on Dymension. Pandora, I hope you further understand what ERC 404 or 404 tokens are, the value they bring. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you are, and I will catch you next time.